Good morning to the members of the Managing Committee, principals, international coordinators, and school coordinators. On behalf of the AM Naik School family, I, Neha Manchanda, extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the annual general meeting of Eumind 2026 here at AM Naik School, Powai. Let us begin this beautiful Saturday morning with the national anthem. I request all of you all to kindly rise.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्रविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Bharat Mata Ki. Kindly be seated. Thank you so much. In the stillness of prayer, we often seek peace, and in the beauty of dance, we often find expression. This prayer dance is a soulful blend of both, a journey where devotion meets art, and every movement becomes a silent whisper to the divine. Presenting the talented students of AM Naik School. Whenever we plan to do something extremely special for the audience, there are special arrangements that need to be taken care of. We appreciate your patience. Just give them 2 minutes while they get ready to enter the stage.
जाने उजळून घे साधका मन मंदिरा ते जाने उजळून घे साधका संवेदना संवेदना संवादे सहवेदना जपगाना मन मंदिरा ते जाने उजळून घे साधका मन मंदिरा तळहाताच्या रेषानी सहज सुखा का भोगी कोणी तळहाताच्या रेषानी सहज सुखा का भोगी कोणी स्वयं प्रकाशी तू तारुण्याचा गाभारा भर पंखातून स्वप्न उद्याचे झेप घेरे पाखरा उजळून घे सादगा मन भरदिला दे जाणे उजळून घे सादगा मन भरदिला मन भरदिला मन भरदिला
May we have a huge round of applause for the beautiful team of dancers of AM Naik School, and a heartfelt thank you to the performing arts team for this wonderful performance. So, dear teachers, dear principals, dear international coordinators, what is the purpose of an AGM? Why do we meet every year for an annual general meeting? An AGM is an opportunity to reflect on our journey, milestones, and achievements over the past year. Before we begin with our reflections, it gives me immense pleasure to call upon the headmistress of our secondary section, Ms. Arjuman Janjaria, to officially deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you so much, Neha ma'am. A very warm good morning and a heartfelt welcome from the management and principal of AM Naik School, Powai, to all esteemed principals and international coordinators joining us for the 19th AGM of Eumind. As Rabindranath Tagore beautifully said, the highest education is that which does not merely give us information, but makes our life in harmony with all existence. Today, as we bridge continents, cultures, and classrooms, we celebrate this harmony. May this interaction spark lifelong collaborations, shared learning, and global citizenship. We are honored to host you and look forward to a dynamic exchange of ideas. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. This timeless Indian ethos finds true meaning as Eumind leaders meet on our campus today. Let us use this platform to celebrate diversity, ignite innovation, and build bridges of friendship and knowledge. We are indeed delighted to have you with us. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, No culture can live if it attempts to be exclusive. May today's meet open doors to inclusive learning, global perspectives, and enduring partnerships. We are indeed privileged to begin this journey with you. Thank you once again to all the esteemed principals, international coordinators, and teachers. A warm welcome once again. Have a wonderful day here with us. Thank you. I hand over to Neha, ma'am.
Thank you so much, dear Arjuman ma'am, for this warm welcome. अर्ज किया है. I told your last year teachers, what are you supposed to say when I say that? Thank you. चलने की कोशिश तो करो, दिशाएं बहुत है. चलने की कोशिश तो करो, दिशाएं बहुत है. रास्ते के कांटों से ना डरो, आपके साथ दुआएं बहुत है. रास्ते के कांटों से ना डरो, आपके साथ दुआएं बहुत है. The source of these good wishes, duaएं, for us is our esteemed managing committee members. I now call upon my esteemed colleague, Ms. Sharmila Shirke, to introduce the backbone of Eumind, the source of good wishes, the members of the managing committee. Sharmila ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. Namaste and good morning, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to be here, standing in front of all of you. It's a privilege for me to introduce to all of you our leadership team, which guides us towards greater heights, towards newer heights, guided by their commitment towards empathy, towards fostering empathy and global citizenship. And it is a double pleasure for me to begin with Dr. Madhura Phadke, our principal, A.M. Naik School. She is honorary chair, Eumind India, also founder member, Eumind India. A person who's always there, whether it's a students or teachers. She is compassion personified. A teacher at heart, first a teacher, last a teacher, who blends modern methods, modern technology with traditional beliefs and leads by example. Dr. Madhura Phadke. I now move on to our honorary secretary, Ms. Merzin Doctor. Unfortunately, she's not going to be here today. She is the honorary secretary for Eumind India, Principal Chhatrabhuj Narsi School, a leader who believes in building self-efficacy in both students and teachers, because in her words, quote, tomorrow's world is in our classrooms today, unquote. Next, we have Mrs. Norina Fernandez, Honorary Joint Secretary, Eumind India, former principal, Lilavati Bai Poddar High School, a committed educator who believes one syllabus for every mind is not education, and schools should shape humans and not products. Mrs. Norina Fernandez. Unfortunately, she is also not here with us today, but she's done a lot of work for Eumind India. It's a pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Rajendra Shinde, Honorary Treasurer, Eumind India, former Principal, St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, a botanist who has left an incredible legacy, under whose leadership one has seen that the college has soared to never seen before heights. Dr. Rajendra Shinde. Mr. Shinde is also not here with us today. Then we have Mrs. Josephine Vaz. I think I'm at a loss of words when I talk about her. She's one of the founder members of Eumind India. She's a former honorary chair, Eumind India, former principal, Jamnabai Nursery School, director and advisor for Jamnabai Nursery School. She is a kind, loving, a leader who continues to inspire us, motivate us, and even handled us even today, from even if it's across the seven seas. But though she's not here with us, she's across the seven seas literally. She was unable to come down to India, but she's with us all the time. So it is indeed a pleasure to be here, introducing you to her. We have a short video by her. Okay, what I will we'll play the video later, Khyati ma'am. Okay, please go back to the previous slide. Thank you. We have Mr. Paul Machado, former honorary chair, Eumind India, former principal, Campion School, a leader who believes that success is doing what you like and liking what you do. We miss his light-hearted humor today, this morning especially. We have Mrs. Meera Isaacs, who is a founder member of Eumind India. She's also the honorary member of Eumind India, former principal of the Cathedral and John Connon School, dean as well as advisor of the Cathedral and John Connon School, an empathetic and dynamic leader who led from the front. We have Mr. Shim Matthew here. I'm very happy to see him here today. He's a former honorary secretary, Eumind India, former principal of Vibgyor School, Goregaon West. He is also, at present, he is the director of academic operations and international partnerships at the Vibgyor Group of Schools. He's a leader who believes in who believes that reducing inequalities begins with us. And he's a visionary leader who is shaping transformative education across the Vibgyor Group of Schools. Mr. Shim Matthew, thank you for being here, sir. Okay. So may I request you to accept our token of appreciation? Thank you, Mr. Matthew. Thank you, Dr. Farke. Thank you, Arjuman ma'am. It's a pleasure to introduce to all of you Professor Dr. Seema Saini, member Eumind India, principal at the NL Dalmia Educational Society. She's championed several student-centered initiatives to build a future-ready generation. Welcome, Mrs. Saini. Yes. May I request you to accept a token of our appreciation? Thank you, Mrs. Saini. Thank you, Dr. Farke. Thank you, Arjuman ma'am. Our next managing committee member is Mr. Brian Seymour, member Eumind India, principal G.D. Somani Memorial School, who believes that school must not be a part of, should not just impart education, but must, very importantly, help students find their passion. Unfortunately, he is also not here with us today, but he sent his best wishes. Okay. Do I need to introduce him to all of you? All of you know him. Yes. We have Mr. Ludo Matheswin. He is the founder member of Eumind. He is the honorary chair of Eumind Europe. He's the ambassador of Eumind, and he's in charge of all the assessments, of the projects that our students do. Mr. Matheswain has been a guiding force, almost like a beacon, when it comes to all the projects. He's there, he's ever ready to help all of us at any time. All that you need to do is just write to him, and he comes back to you with his suggestions, with his advice. And what is most important is every email of his, every message of his begins with a note of appreciation. And then he gives you all the pointers that you need to keep in mind when you're working on your project. Students and teachers, coordinators, international coordinators, principals, they all respect him for the tremendous amount of work that is done for Eumind. Mr. Ludo Matheswin, we have a brief video, so we'll play the videos later. Now we have Ms. Rosanne Sivers, Chair Eumind Europe. She's also the director of Globi in the Netherlands. Rosanne has also been in touch with all the international coordinators and given her advice, and always had a word of appreciation for all the projects that we've done. Mr. Jeffrey Ducat, he's been a part of Eumind for a long time, but as a teacher, he took over as Eumind, coordinator Europe. He works in collaboration with Mr. Diptesh Kundu, who is a coordinator for Eumind India. And Mr. Jeffrey, again, works meticulously with all the details which he shares with the Eumind coordinators and the school coordinators. So we have a video from him, Ms. Rosanne Sivers, Mr. Ludo Matheswin, and Ms. Josephine Vaz.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Could we please switch off the lights of the auditorium? Thank you.
A little patience. These are one of those technical glitches. We checked it this morning. It is working fine. Okay, while we wait for the video to be played, may I request, okay, I think it's started. I must share a little bit more about Mr. Matheswin.
India Board, dear members of the Board of Eumind, dear Madhura Patke, Chair of Eumind India Board, dear members of the Board of Eumind India, dear principals, dear international coordinators, dear school coordinators, and other coaching teachers of Eumind Online Project. It is springtime in the Netherlands, and you can see the beautiful colors of the tulips in our garden. But I also feel the spring in my heart. As coordinator of hundreds of assessments of Indian project, I have witnessed so much enthusiasm, so much motivation from your students, and also so much dedication from you, international school coordinators and coaching student teachers of the project. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Ludo. This is Josephine Vaz.
Respected Chair, Dr. Madhura Phadke, members of the Managing Committee of Eumind India, principals attending this AGM, international coordinators, school coordinators, and my dear colleagues. Way back in 2009, we like-minded educators began this project keeping in mind the 21st century skills. We believe, and we still continue to believe, that global citizens can be found in our classrooms provided we give them opportunities to collaborate and to dialogue. So this program, Eumind, was started with that mission in mind. Today, across India and the Netherlands, number of students work on the projects. And these projects have helped them to create intercultural skills. My dear colleagues, principals, international coordinators, and school coordinators, greetings to you from across the seas for doing this wonderful work with undefended curiosity and help. I thank you all and may God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs. Vaz. Here we have Mrs. Roseanne Severs and Mr. Jeffrey Ducat.
Hello, good day to all of you. My name is Rosanna Sievers and I'm the chairperson of Eumind Europe. Hello to the Eumind board members. Hello to all the international coordinators present today. Hello to the Eumind teachers and principals. I'm so happy that we are able to send in minutes of hello from the Dutch side so we can join you together on this special day. I would like to congratulate all of you with the results reached this year. Again, all of your students have worked really, really hard. I've seen beautiful projects, beautiful videos, beautiful messages, all controlled by Mr. Jeffrey Pratt, joining me in our team from the European side.
Yes, it's been a pleasure to see this all. And maybe this is the first time you see my face, Jeffrey Ducat, putting a face to all the emails. I'd like to say hello from Holland. It's spring here. We're really enjoying lovely days here too. And I'm sure you're having a great day too. We hope that our network will continue to flourish in the coming years. And whereas we are working to get more European schools enrolled, we hope to stand strong on the Indian side, because this network is super worthwhile, as we all know. Greetings from the Netherlands, and hope you have a nice day today.
Bye-bye. Tot scenes.
Tot ziens, Mrs. Severs. Thank you, Mr. Severs, Mrs. Severs, and Mr. Ducat. And as Mr. Ducat said, we hope this network continues to flourish and expand and touch hearts across the continents. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Sharmila ma'am, but she's not done yet. We are now going to invite the new principals to introduce themselves. I request Sharmila ma'am to please continue with the proceedings.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. May I request all the new principals, new coordinators, international coordinators, and school coordinators to please stand and introduce themselves. Do we have any new principals here? Coordinators?
Good morning, everyone. I am Mrs. Swati Naik, the principal of Pawar Public School, Kandivali. Just joined the school in the month of November. Earlier, I was working with Witty International School, Borivali branch, for around 5 years, and then came as a principal here in Pawar Public. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Naik. We hope your school and you both have a very fruitful journey here with Eumind.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Kaveri Unyal from Cultural City, Vadodara. I am from GD Goenka Public School, Vadodara. I have recently joined the school and I'm very excited and happy to be the part of this wonderful project. My mentor is right in front of me, Shim sir. I'm so happy to see you. And sir has mentored all of us and I'll take the opportunity to meet sir and to talk to him later. And she is the coordinator from GD Goenka Public School, Vadodara, Gujarat. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It's very nice of you to travel all the way from Vadodara, and we hope you have an enriching journey here with Eumind.
Hello, everyone. This is Kartika Patel, and I am the coordinator from GD Goenka Public School, Vadodara. And I also joined the institute this year only, from the month of April, and very happy to be the part of Eumind, and hope together we'll do really better. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Patel. Nice of you to travel all the way from Vadodara, and we hope you and your school have a transformative journey here with Eumind. Thank you very much. Welcome to Eumind, all of you.
A very good morning to everyone present here. My name is Mamta Shukla. I'm the principal, Vibgyor High Goregaon. And just as you mentioned, my mentor is also Mr. Shim Matthew, sitting right next to me. And I would just like to take this opportunity to mention that in 25-26, we have completed 10 years of Eumind Exchange program, a decennium, which we have completed, program which was initiated 10 years back by Mr. Shim Matthew, and the legacy has been there. I was, it was my privilege to host the 10th year in my school, Goregaon, the very school where I started my journey as a teacher. So, yeah, thank you, sir. And it was a great experience. I'm sure this forum and this experience is going to go long with me and with my school, Vibgyor High Goregaon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Shukla. Happy to see you here. Yes, I met you when you were a teacher, so I'm very congratulations on becoming the principal there at Vibgyor Goregaon West. And we hope you and your school have a fulfilling journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharmila ma'am. And a heartfelt welcome to all the new members of the Eumind family. Your presence indeed adds strength to our ever-growing network. So thank you for coming today. Let's move to the next part. But before we do that, a small statutory warning for everyone. As we're a group above 50, not age-wise, number-wise. We need you to know that there are 2 exits of the auditorium, one to my left and one to my right. The audience seated to my right will move from the right side exit. Audience seated to my left would move from the left side exit in case there's an emergency. Till then, please sit back, relax, and let's move ahead with the meeting. Next, we have the Honorary Chair of Eumind India, Dr. Madhura Phadke, who will confirm the minutes of the AGM that was held on 27th April 2025, that is last year. And she would also be presenting the annual report of the year 25-26. I request ma'am to please take it forward.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. So I'm very happy once again, a warm welcome to each one of you for this 19th AGM of Eumind India. And I'm very happy to present the annual report for the 18th AGM, which was held at Chaturbhuj Nursery School. Before we move ahead and I present the minutes, I would like to ask all of you whether instead of April, June or July, June last week or July first week would be more convenient for AGM. We would like to know from you. Sorry, April is better? Okay. Huh. So how many for April if we can have raise of hands? Okay, almost everyone wants it in April. So we will declare the date for next AGM. That is today's 25th. So 24th of April, last Saturday of April, next year, 2027, we will have our 20th AGM. It will be either held at Chaturbhuj Nursery International School or it would be here in Eumind School. So why was Eumind started? In fact, it is the small things which each one of us do make a big difference. Let it be respecting each other's culture, discipline, working on a project in a time-bound manner, following timelines. So all this, when you're working globally, I'm sure that discipline comes in, the values are shared, and it really helps to make global citizens of tomorrow. And I always feel that we say that let's have a better globe for our children of tomorrow. However, we all educators have a responsibility to give better children for tomorrow. So that is what we all came together for. And I'm sure my previous school, our public group, we have actually completed 20 years of exchange with Eumind. Our first exchange was in 16 years of exchange. 2010 was the first exchange that we had with Netherlands, and we still continue to have it. We became the members in 2006, so we complete 20 years. So that school was one of the founder members of Eumind. So these small things which make a difference, for that we all started Eumind. Like-minded people, we came together and we started Eumind. So what is the mission of Eumind? Respect each other, to be sensitive towards each other's needs, to make global citizens of tomorrow. That was the main aim, mission, to have a world without boundaries for Eumind India. Initially, Eumind Europe and India was one body, but however, practically it became difficult to have it as one body. So Eumind Europe and India, still we are one body. However, Eumind Europe operates in Europe and Eumind India operates in India, though we do meet at least once a year, the European counterparts and the Indian. So we had student-to-student exchange programs. We had teacher-to-teacher exchange, school-to-school exchange. So exchange was happening at different levels. So with student-to-student exchanges, we learned from each other. The students learn from each other. The teachers learn from each other. We actually attended the classes when we visited along with our students. Our students attended the classes, and when they visit us, our counterparts from Europe, they visit us, they do attend classes over here. Vocational education is given a lot of importance in Europe, and that is where there's a lot to learn from them when it comes to vocational education, and not concentrating only on academics, cognitive skills. So vocational and cognitive skills both together, striking a balance, that is the main objective for student to student exchange. I would like to give you in a nutshell the projects that we had for this academic year. Dr. Diptesh Kundu, you can come here. So, Award of Excellence for the project Art, 102 excellence certificates have been awarded, 5 participation and 5 good practices. So, totally 112 certificates have been awarded. On stage has 138. Regions, they have 206. Values, 259. Go Green 1 and 2 has been put together. So you have gone in. Go Green 1 and 2. Can I go to the previous slide, Kathy Miss? So 397, the highest number of certificates, because it is Go Green 1 and 2 put together. World of Work, 136. 3 Generations also has 213 total certificates. For human rights, social and literature, there are 99 total number of certificates with 80 excellence certificates. We have mathematics with 45 excellence certificates, creative entrepreneurship 48 and 108 participation, because it's a new topic that has been introduced. So totally 165. Junior Eumind project, primary, was introduced in the last season. And then looking at the work that the students did, we've also awarded them with certificates. So junior primary, taste of culture, 102. And certificate of quality product is 5 certificates that have been awarded. So a total of 1,835 certificates have been awarded this year for the beautiful projects, the brilliant projects that our students have done. And I think this is what makes them citizens of tomorrow. Of course, last meeting we did introduce, so we have 7 life members of Eumind India, and to expand our committee, we also have invited members. So Dr. Ms. Marzeen Doctor is also one of the invited members. Their initial term is for 3 years, and then it is extended beyond that with the consent of the life members of Eumind India. We also have Dr. Seema Saini, Mr. Brian Simon. Both of them are invited managing committee members, and Mr. Jeffrey Ducat is the coordinator for Eumind Europe. He has helped in assessing the projects this year, almost all the projects, along with Mr. Ludo Matusen. During academic year 2025-26, we actually had a seminar on POXO that was specially for Eumind schools. And we also have international coordinators meeting, an offline meeting at MNIC school, where we actually tried to focus on the challenges that are faced by international coordinators. It was very fruitful, and after that, many things were streamlined, ironed out. And so meeting after a long time, not on Zoom, but face-to-face meeting really helped us. So these are the 9 schools from the Eumind group which have had physical exchanges. My gratitude to all the Eumind school principals, international coordinators, coordinators of the school, and teachers from various teams of Eumind in different schools who are working and making sure that our children, the final outcome of the projects is brilliant, and we actually make sure that we have healthy competition, and that competition becomes healthier, and also the level of competition also helps our students to have better projects every year. My big thank you to Mr. Manoj Rele, who helps us with the finance and accounts. All the support is given by him. And also a big thank you to Ms. Sharda Chavan. Ms. Sharda Chavan is present here. A big thank you to you. The way she works, her efficiency and her time management skills are praiseworthy, and I'm sure there's a lot to learn from her. And she is really, in true sense, a backbone of the Eumind office. These are the minutes. Very quickly, I'll go through. The format is normally the same. So the meeting started with national anthem, as we've started it today, followed by a peace prayer. Then the host school principal, Ms. Mazin Doctor, welcomed everyone. This was followed by felicitation of the managing committee and her welcome address. Then the new principals were welcomed by Ms. Norina Fernandez last year, and this was followed by reading of the minutes of 17th AGM, which were proposed by Ms. Pratibha and seconded by Mr. Shizo. Am I right? Then I presented the annual report for the academic year 25-26. Then the accounts were presented by Mr. Paul Machado. This was followed by felicitation of international coordinators. Then the certificates were distributed to the member schools. Then two international coordinators, they actually shared their experience, and there were video messages from Eumind Europe and Eumind India team. Those who could not be physically present, they were shared with the team. This was followed by Q&A session, and then finally, Eumind anthem. Anybody who was present can propose the minutes, and I would request somebody. You want to propose? So Mrs. Suma Das is proposing the minutes of the meeting. Principal, Pawar Public School, Bhandup. Anybody wants to second? You want to second? Yes, Kate, I know your name. Which school are you? St. Gregorius High School, Miss Kate Gadkar. From St. Gregorius High School. Okay, so thank you very much. It was nice interacting with each one of you. And I now hand it over to Miss Neha Manchanda to take you forward. Thank you, ma'am. Of course, a big thank you to our team. The Eumind team is seated here. There's a big team of teachers who helps us out. Somebody is there in the console, and the computer department as well as the science department, the teachers who help us out. So without teamwork, it is not possible to present a successful project and submit a successful project. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is your encouragement that keeps us going. One of the most special aspects of Eumind is our cross-continental partnerships. Let us now recognize and honor the contributions of our international coordinators, the true ambassadors of global learning. I now request Mr. Shiv Matthews, the member of the managing committee, to please felicitate the international coordinators. As I call upon the names, I request the coordinators to please come forth. First, we have Mr. Chetan Tiwari. I think he hasn't been able to Okay, there is someone who will take it on his behalf. Please. Okay, Dr. Aniket on his behalf would be accepting the token of appreciation. So huge round of applause for Mr. Chetan Tiwari for all the hard work. He handled the Go Green 2 project. Next we have Mr. KD Shijo, who was handling the 3 Generations project. Thank you, sir, for all the support. We also had 3 Generations as our project. Next we have Ms. Ketki Gadkari. She was handling the math project. Ma'am, please come forward. Ms. Pamela Jacob for on stage. Pamela ma'am has not been able to make it today. Ms. Payal Saini. Ma'am, are you here? Yes. Thank you so much for all the hard work, ma'am. We welcome you. Ms. Rachna Verma. Ms. Rachna Verma. Heartiest congratulations, ma'am. Yes. For the next half. Can we please have a huge round of applause for all the hard work that they've put in for this year and will continue to put in the future. Thank you so much, Mr. Shim Matthews. I would now request Ms. Seema Saini to please come forward and felicitate the other half of the international coordinators. Ms. Sadaf Khan, she was handling the values project. Thank you so much for all the support you extended, ma'am. We welcome you. Then we have Ms. Sharmila Shirke, our very own Ms. Sharmila Shirke. Ma'am, please. A huge round of applause. She was handling the human rights meets literature and the human rights project. Ms. Suruchi Pararikar. Welcome, ma'am. Ms. Suruchi was handling the Regions project. A huge round of applause for her. Mr. Vaibhav Chincharkar. Welcome, sir. He was handling the Creative Entrepreneur project. And we have Ms. Varsha Pandit. Ma'am, are you here? Ms. Varsha Pandit. All right, she was handling the arts project. Heartiest congratulations to you, ma'am, and thank you so much, Seema, ma'am. And now it is time to felicitate the hard work of all the school coordinators and principals throughout the year for the Eumind project. We are extremely grateful. We are very happy with the amount of effort that has gone in the projects. And to felicitate these efforts, I would like to call upon Mr. Diptesh Kundu to take the proceedings forward. As the name of the school is announced, either the representative, the principal, both can please come forward and receive their certificates.
Good afternoon, everyone. They say that when we join hands, then it becomes namaste. And when we join hands, the energies transfer. And that is the reason that the concept of hi and hello doesn't work much on the eastern side of the globe. But when we talk about Eumind and when we try to bridge gaps, so that namaste and hi becomes what is the motto of Eumind. So you can say nam hi, you can say hi nam, you can say hayaste. So a new concept of Eumind starts. And what I have gone through all the projects since I have joined Eumind since 2016, if I remember correctly. It has been a long journey, and international coordinators play a very vital role. So we all give them a big round of applause collectively first. And before I start calling the names, may I first request Dr. Madhura to start with the first group, and then we will go on and so forth. So we would request all the school coordinators, if their principals are also available and support coordinators are also available, can come forward. So let us start with ma'am's own school, AM Naik School, Powai, Mumbai. Please come forward. International coordinators, please check that your school coordinators are available here. They got 40 certificates of excellence, 10 participation and 5 good practice. A big round of applause. Followed by Barnes School and Junior College, Deolali, if they are present here. 25 certificates of participation. A big round of applause. Barnes School. Followed by Campion School. A round of applause for Campion School. 18 certificates of excellence and good practice certificates, 14. Campion School Coordinator and Support Coordinator, if you are here, please, you are welcome on the stage. A round of applause for Campion School, followed by Chaturbhuj Nursery School, Mumbai. A big round of applause. 40 certificates of excellence. Chaturbhuj Nursery School, Mumbai. Followed by Don Bosco International School. 9 certificates of excellence, 12 participation and 12 good practice. Don Bosco International School, if your representative is here. Followed by Euro School, Airoli. 127 certificates of excellence. A big round of applause. And I'm calling the names a little early so that they can start walking and we can save some time as well. Followed by GD Somani Memorial School, I beg your pardon. GD Somani Memorial School, 112 certificates of excellence, 19 certificates of participation. GD Somani Memorial School, school coordinator, school principal or support coordinators, if you are available, you're welcome on the stage. Don Bosco. Followed by Jamnabai Nursery School, ISC and ICSE, 55 certificates of excellence. A big round of applause for Jamnabai Nursery School, followed by Jamnabai Nursery School, Gift City, Gandhinagar. They have come a long way. Welcome, ma'am. Please kindly come forward. 25 certificates of excellence and 5 for good practice. Followed by JBCN International School, Borivali. Sorry, let me wait for a minute. Euro School, Airoli. GD Soman, Jamnabai, no? ISC. Round of applause, please. Jamnabai Nursery School, ISC, ICSE, followed by Jamnabai Nursery School, Gift City, Gandhinagar. Let's welcome Coordinator JBCN International School, Borivali. 42 certificates of excellence and 11 for good practice. I had divided equally, so I was thinking. So, ma'am, please join. Then, sir, I will request you also to join. JBCN International School, Borivali. May I request Seema ma'am to kindly do the honors. A big round of applause for JBCN International School, Borivali. May I now request Leelavati Bai Poddar High School, ISC, 15 certificates of excellence, 10 participation, and 28 good practice. May I request Mr. Shim Matthew to do the honors, followed by Mana Devi Bajaj International School, certificates of excellence 54 and 5 good practice. A big round of applause for Mana Devi Bajaj International School. May I now request Mumbai Education Trust MET Rishikul Vidyalay Bandra, coordinator if present, kindly come forward. Certificates of excellence 25. A big round of applause for MET Rishikul Vidyalay Bandra. NL Dalmia High School, 24 certificates of excellence and 6 good practice, followed by Pawar Public School, Bhandu. Big round of applause, 50 certificates of excellence. Followed by Pawar Public School, Chandivali. May I request coordinator to kindly come forward, 41 certificates of excellence. May I now call Pawar Public School, Hadapsar, Pune, coordinator if present, support coordinators or principal, kindly come forward. 50 certificates of excellence and 4 certificates of good practice. Rounds of applauses should not be stopping in between, so a big round of applause for all of them for their hard work and dedication. Pawar Public School, Chandivali. Pawar Public School, Dombivli, 60 certificates of excellence, 45 participation, 10 good practice, and 5 quality product. A big round of applause for Pawar Public School, Dombivli. May I now call on stage Pawar Public School, Kandivali, if I have not missed. Coordinator, if present, and principal or support coordinator, please come forward. 50 certificates of excellence. Big round of applause for Pawar Public School, Kandivali. Pawar Public School, Nanded City, Pune. Please give a big round of applause for coordinator. 30 certificates of excellence. May I now call upon stage Queen Mary School, 20 certificates of excellence and 5 participation. Queen Mary School, if your coordinator is present here, kindly come on the stage. A big round of applause. May I now request RN Podar School to come forward. Coordinators, if present, 25 certificates of good practice, followed by round of applause, please. May I now request Ramnivas Bajaj English High School ICSC. A big round of applause for their coordinators and the school for winning 20 certificates of excellence and 5 certificates of good practice. Ramnivas Bajaj English High School ICSC, if your coordinator is present here. May I now request Rizvi Springfield High School CVSC coordinator, if present here, 26 certificates of participation. If not, we move forward. Rizvi Springfield High School SSC coordinator, if present here, you are welcome on the stage. 6 certificate of excellence and 19 for participation. May I now request SNBP International School Rahatani. A big round of applause for them. 40 certificates of excellence, 52 for participation, and 5 for good practice. SNBP International School Rahatani, if your coordinator or support coordinators are present here, you are welcome on the stage. Followed by SNBP International School Rahatani. All right, let's go forward. St. Gregorius High School coordinators, if present, kindly come forward. A big round of applause for coordinator. 20 certificates of excellence, 5 participation, and 5 good practice. Followed by St. Peter's School, Masgaon, Mumbai. If your coordinator is present here, principal or support coordinators, you are welcome to come forward. 30 certificates of excellence, St. Peter's School, Masgaon, Mumbai. A round of applause for them. Followed by St. Peter's School, Panchgani. 25 certificates of excellence. If your coordinators are present here, you're welcome on the stage. May I now call upon St. Stanislasius High School, if I am wrong, pardon me. Coordinator, 25 certificates of good practice. If coordinator is present, please give a big round of applause for them. St. Stanislas High School, 25 certificates of good practice. A big round of applause for the coordinators present here. May I now request and welcome the Cathedral and John Connon School coordinators to come forward on the stage for 27 certificates of excellence, 5 for participation, and 6 for good practice. A big round of applause for coordinators from the Cathedral and John Connon School. Let's welcome now coordinators from the Orbis School, Mundwa, Pune. 5 certificates of excellence and 20 for good practice. Coordinators if present here are requested to come forward for the certificates. Let's move further. In Pune city only, the Orbis School, Keshav Nagar, Pune. May I request the coordinators, if they are present here, 55 certificates of excellence. Let's get back to Mumbai and welcome Vibgyor High School, Goregaon, 83 certificates of excellence if coordinator, support coordinators or principal are present here. We welcome them all on the stage. A big round of applause for Vibgyor High School, Goregaon. Staying in the same fraternity and family, Vibgyor High School, Malad East. If coordinator is present here, welcome you, ma'am. 18 certificates of excellence, 11 for participation. Vibgyor High School, Malad East. Staying in Vibgyor, but moving to Pune, Vibgyor High School, NIBM Pune, 60 certificates of excellence, 20 for participation, and 10 for good practice. A big round of applause for Vibgyor High School, NIBM Pune. If coordinator or support coordinators are available, you are welcome on the stage to collect the certificate. Let's go a little south. Vibgyor High, Haralur Road, 39 certificates of excellence. If coordinators are present, and may I request all the August gathering to give a big round of applause to all the coordinators. Followed by Vibgyor High, Horamavu, Karnataka, 18 certificates of excellence. Haralur was 39 certificates of excellence. If coordinators or support coordinators are present here for the honor, a big round of applause for their achievements, followed by Vibgyor High, Marathalli, Karnataka, 13 certificates of excellence, and last but not the least, Vibgyor High International School, Vadodara, 19 certificates of excellence. So may I now thank Mr. Shim Matthew, Dr. Madhura, and Ms. Seema for doing the honors, and a big round of applause. Let's clap for all collectively, for all the coordinators and international coordinators. Thank you, God bless, and keep up the good job. Happy Euminding.
Thank you so much, Diptesh sir, for doing the honors. For all the participating schools, ek aur arz kar दूं? Are you ready for one more? But there's a trend we follow, right? So when I say arz kiya hai, you're learning very quickly. Superb students. जीतने वाले कुछ अलग नहीं करते हैं. जीतने वाले कुछ अलग नहीं करते हैं, बस वो हार से नहीं डरते हैं. खुद पे उनको विश्वास होता है इतना, खुद पे उनको विश्वास होता है इतना कि वही अक्सर इतिहास लिखा करते हैं, कि वही अक्सर इतिहास लिखा करते हैं. Diptesh sir, on this beautiful note, we would like to felicitate you with a small token of our love and appreciation. I request Madhura ma'am and Arjuman ma'am to please do the honors. Thank you so much for your presence today, sir. It means a lot to us. I now request Ms. Seema Saini to please take the session forward. We have two wonderful teams who have come to enlighten us today. One session is about career counseling and the important role it plays in the lives of students today. And the second one is about cyber security. Ma'am, please take the session forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Manchanda. Very good afternoon, all of you. Such a pleasure to see you all here at the Eumind program. And this forum can prove truly wonderful if we exchange thoughts and if we know of new things, new products that come into the platform that provides this. And it will enable all our schools, all our children. And that's the whole idea of introducing new people to you. It's my honor and privilege today to introduce Limennial Career Guidance and Career Guidance people with you. I'm very glad to introduce Ms. Pia Forsyth. She's a global growth specialist, an accredited family mediator in Hong Kong, specializing in children's matters since 2014. A human factors trainer, facilitator, and presenter. She was also a principal architect of Cathay Pacific Airways Take Care program. Her work integrates well-being, structured dialogue, and resilient human systems, and brings a systems-level lens to growth, helping individuals and organizations navigate complexity with clarity and care. Welcome, Ms. Pia, and we look forward to your session this afternoon. Ms. Relina Ved is also the co-founder of Limennial, an entrepreneur based out of Dubai, UAE, focused on customer engagement and service excellence. She brings a culturally informed perspective to career and talent management. As co-founder of Limennial Solutions, FZCO, she has translated ideas into scalable client-first solutions and balances human insights with commercial viability. Dr. Vivian Alfred is also the co-founder and a leadership coach, a seasoned HR professional with over 20 years of experience across India, America, and Swiss multinationals. A virtues research scholar, he's an IP holder of the Limennial Wheel model, including the Limennial Wheel Power Keys coaching and assessment. So a master practitioner in NLP, certified habit coach, positive psychology practitioner, certified neuroscience coach. He's coached leaders globally using his proprietary Limennial Power Keys coaching methodology. Great to know about the team that is extensively looking after Limennial. Mentor and their finance and technology strategist, Mr. Chandresh Ved. We are happy to have him with us this afternoon too. Chandresh Ved is a chartered accountant with over 3 decades of experience leading finance functions in globally operating organizations. Based in Dubai, he brings a strong international perspective to talent and career ecosystem. And as he provides strategic guidance at the intersection of business technology and human psychology, it enables the translation of deep scientific insights into scalable future-ready solutions. Welcome, Mr. Ved. Thank you. I'd invite Ms. Pia to take the session forward, please.
No, I think it's okay.
Good afternoon, and well, thank you so much for your time. My name is Pia. This is our mentor, Mr. Chandresh Ved, and this is our founder, Mr. Vivian Alfred, Dr. Vivian Alfred. I'd like to say a big thank you to Dr. Madhura Phadke and to all of the team for giving us this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Pia. Good afternoon, everyone. It is an immense pleasure. It is an immense pleasure, and I think before I started here, and what I have experienced is a sea of a difference. I really thought, this would be just one of those usual, but when I see the kind of work and the number of education institutions are involved, and a big thank you to the group which came in the beginning to the inauguration. It was amazing, absolutely. So thank you so much. All of us know about Eumind and the phenomenal work it is doing in connection with what I learned and what I saw today is that very clearly there is a lot which goes behind it until it culminates into what I saw just now. There must be so much of effort. So it's not about the destination. What I learned today is it's about the process. It's about what you learn. And also what happens when hands meet here. So a lot of things I would say have kind of touched me deeply, and particularly when all of us, we come from a background of virtues. When we talk about virtues, we don't mean virtues in the sense of some moral or religious. We don't talk about what is good or what is bad. Yeah? So you now will unfold before you how it connects the model. We have with us our creator, Dr. Vivian Alfred, and how it connects with Eumind. Yeah? So without much ado, if we can move to the next slide. So as I said, the virtue lens, sorry, this is, you moved a bit fast, can you go back? Yeah, great, thank you. So Eumind projects already build a global exposure, inquiry, collaboration, and reflection. What shapes the quality of the experience is less about the subject knowledge and more about how students work together across cultures and constraints. In the liminal model, virtues are consistent expression of positive behavioral qualities. As you see in that circle, what you see in bold is what we call it as a dimension. There are 36 virtues which are grouped together in dimensions. And dimensions are kind of related virtues grouped together. Effectively, what they do as a model, they provide a shared language of reflection. Remember, we are talking about multi-countries, multi-cultures. So what the model does is, it helps you to provide a shared language of reflection, which is very important. This makes collaboration visible, strengthens project execution, and deepens reflection beyond output to how learning actually happens without changing the Eumind process. We are not here, we're not talking about changing anything of what you're doing. It's a wonderful job, and there's absolutely nothing more which we can do in terms of the pedagogy of this. So let me now show you how this plays out. If you move to the next slide. So you'll now see some of the two projects as an example. We have chosen just two distinct projects where we had students participating. The projects may appear to favor a particular dimension. Meaning, if you think about, say, Go Green, you may look at it as a dimension which deals with carefulness. It deals with being very, very careful and particular, being responsible, right? Whereas if you look at the one on the left, when it comes to entrepreneur, we would safely assume that we are talking about creativity. It's very clear. It is just the initial impression which you will get. What we see as the virtue scientists. Successful execution also depends on many other factors, such as judgment, cooperation, wisdom, perseverance, humility, and foresight. So if you look at the table, the upper half actually talks about what you generally have an impression about a project. It's not wrong, it's right. But that's not the only factor. What we're trying to say here is, along with that, you need so many factors, and that's what makes the liminal model unique, because we not only look at the first impression which you get from a project requirement, the behavioral requirements. And we also go deeper looking at each of the virtues which are at play. This gives a very holistic approach, not only to the scientific selection of the participants. I'm not sure how it is done, but what we say is that, look, you could clearly find at some point you must be identifying students who could be probably good for a particular project and some who are actually better at something else. So this is a process, it's a layer. All we say is that it is just an additional light layer which helps you in a very objective selection. So that's a very, I would say, a key point on this. When this blend is visible, so what we do is, using this particular module, you are able to easily identify which student, which child is suitable for which kind of a project. Because you're dealing with so many, of course, with all due regard and respect, teachers pretty much know all of them. But I'm sure all of us have experienced silent students, students who remain quiet. How do you tell really? And these could be really the brighter ones. So what we do is that we help you to identify which are those students possessing what kind of virtues which they express. And again, as I said, virtues are very elastic. It's like a muscle. You can actually train them. Once you identify there is a need, you can find out. You could be having a budding entrepreneur, but you could tell that the student doesn't show any prudence in what he does and says. So does that mean that the student stops being an entrepreneur, aiming for an entrepreneur? No. What you can do is that identify these gaps and coach them and guide them to develop it, so that eventually such a person becomes such a student becomes a very strong entrepreneur. That brings us to where the lens fits along with Eumind. If we move to the next slide, please. Great. So in summary, Eumind already has a process, everything set in place. This is perfect. There is no need to change anything on that. All we are saying is Liminal simply adds a behavioral lens to this whole process and a light measurement layer, making collaborative qualities visible. This enables a better project and student fit, stronger team dynamics, and sharper reflection conversations. It's measurable. You can actually see, you can determine on a scale, high, low, medium. You can actually see across the board. In fact, as a school, you might want to know what is really the strength of my children. And you can measure it at a click of a button. So that's how we are able to successfully model this, so that it has not only deeper insights, but it has a power of collective information. Finally, Eumind already offers powerful global collaboration. The virtual lens quietly strengthens it by giving a shared language of how learning unfolds across cultures. With that said, so we're now looking at the annexure. So what we have done, so we've kind of analyzed. So we got this information from public domain, and we try to understand that what it is, and we try to find out what you saw was the 2 projects, and we also have another 9 projects where we say that, look, these are the distinct virtues at play. And if we could help and support to identify it, I think it only strengthens the whole program, and you will ultimately achieve your goal. Thank you. Thank you so much. And just one last point from my side. We have Dr. Vivian with us. You could, he's available for any questions, anything you want. And I'm not sure if we have a Q&A session, and we are happy to do it during the lunch break or any time after that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this enlightening session. I'm sure we'll take back a lot from what you've presented today, sir. We now move on to a session on cybersecurity by the team of DeepSight. I request Mr. Shim Matthews to please come forward and introduce the team members and tell us what is the way forward. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Neha, and very good afternoon, everyone. I'll just take a couple of minutes to introduce DeepSight. Now, DeepSight is a UK-based cyber intelligence firm with a significant presence in Mumbai. They specialize in threat hunting, forensic analysis, and digital asset protection. founded by Deepika Singh, who is here with us this afternoon, who I'll want to be introduced by Mr. Shubham. Along with Deepika, we have Shubham, who is also the co-founder and the Global Alliance Officer, and Aniket. They form a team. I think the understanding on cybersecurity and cyber threat is actually grossly misunderstood by many people sitting even in this room. It's only appropriate that while we have an Indian audience, we have experts who deal with international audiences across the world. So I'll call upon Mr. Parikh, Shubham Parikh, who is also the co-founder and the Global Alliance Officer, to take us through the presentation on Deep Sites. Welcome, Shubham.
Morning, everyone. So today I won't be talking about deep sites, about us. We all want to address a very grave problem, a problem that is surrounding everyone, a problem that is increasing at a very exponential rate, and a problem that affects everyone, be it students, teachers, principals, trustees. So, of course, you see the screen on the board. A lot of you got a lot of certificates today, and congratulations to everyone for that. How many of you would feel comfortable scanning this QR code? Has anyone already scanned it? Why? Do you think something really bad can happen just by scanning a QR code these days? Okay, let's see what can happen. So of course, we don't want to do a live demonstration over here in the interest of time. So as of now, a screen recording has been put. The minute you scan this QR code, a spyware gets installed in the phone. What is a spyware? It sits in your phone in the background without your knowledge, accessing your camera, mic, location, call logs, files, everything in your phone. You can see the front cam and the back cam is clearly visible. On the right side, you can even see the call logs. Whom did you speak to? For how many seconds or minutes? You can even get call recordings. It is also possible to plant files into the phone. Of course, it's also possible to delete everything. Now, if someone can get that level of access to a phone, don't you think they can steal away all of our data? Don't you think that they can steal away all of our money? Can they do a lot more damage? Now, if I ask you, or let me ask you, can you guess the price of this spyware on a dark market? Do you think it would be readily accessible to everyone in this room? Should it be? No, right? It is available for as low as $50 on the dark market. We call it the dark web. So what is dark web? It is that part of the internet that sits in the dark, but it's very big. And at the same time, it is a place where all the illegal stuff happens. The place where you can buy and sell a lot of data, stolen data. You can buy illegal substances. You can even call for assassinations also. It's that part of the internet. And that is something that can be accessed by everyone in this room, just with your phone. Of course, it's not as simple as darkweb.com. You have to install a few things. So why are we exactly talking about the dark web? Let's find out what is the worth of a person. Whenever we ask that, of course, everyone tries to figure out how much, what all assets do they have, how much money do they have in the accounts, how much FD they have, jewelries and everything. The real worth of a person is much more than that, and thanks to the data that sits in everyone's phones. You see a bunch of numbers on the screen? Would you be willing to pay at least 10 rupees for this one slide? No. But the minute we arrange these numbers in a certain fashion, it becomes a phone number. But still, do you know whose number is this? No. How about we add some more data to it? It has the credit card info and the CVV number. The credit limit is also nice. Now, if someone asks you, would you be willing to purchase this data for 1,000 rupees? Is it a good deal? Just for 1,000 rupees, you can get up to 5 lakh rupees. That's what the dark web is. Readily, it is possible for everyone to buy and purchase a lot of our data. In fact, on the dark market, the value of students' data is much more compared to the adults. Why? Because students are still young. Whenever it comes to students, it becomes a very sensitive topic for parents. It's very easy to scare parents in the name of the child. In fact, how about even you can test what amount of your data is already there on the market. So there is this one website, it's safe to use, don't worry. The name of the website is Have I Been Pwned, PWNED. In the past, I'll tell you exactly what sorts of data points we've found on a person. Of course, name, address, phone number, email ID password, credit card info along with the CVV number, Aadhaar card info, KYC data, fingerprints, iris scan, and not just the personal data. Then you shift to the people associated with that person. Who all are there in the family? How much do they earn? Where are they working? All of this data is readily available. So the process of protecting yourself is to first know what is the exposure. That is where this website comes into the picture. Have I Been Pwned? PWNED. You can try it out later. Maybe you can click a picture of this slide so that you know what's the name. Pretty simple. All you have to do is put your email ID, your Gmail ID that you've been using for a very long time. You put that email ID and it tells you when all your data was breached. Be it Domino's, be it Dubsmash, be it LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, all of these platforms have been leaking all of our data. Next. So why should we care? It's just data, right? What if I tell you that education sector is one of the top 3 most attacked sectors in the world? Why? We rely on a lot of legacy systems. IT is not equal to cyber security. The regulations are getting stricter and stronger thanks to the DPDP. One data leak can cause a school group up to 250 crores worth of penalties from the regulatory body. And people are taking a lot of time to absorb all of those facts. In fact, we recorded a live dashboard of all the attacks that are happening on the world on the next one. And based on that, these are some of the news articles that have become a very normal story in day-to-day lives. Some of those stories are really grave. A principal's deepfake porn was recorded and then being circulated. Thanks to all these deepfake tools that are readily available, that don't even require a subscription fee. A school in Mumbai lost 87 lakhs thanks to a man in the middle attack. It is pretty easy for any person to bring down the website of a school just with one laptop sitting in a coffee shop. Those are called DDoS attacks. What if that happens during the admission season? All the data that sits in the school environment could be readily taken out. So these are the sorts of news articles that have been circulating for a while. And this is not just the story of India, but the story of the world. Are we doing enough? Of course, we are doing a lot. We move forward. I'd like to talk a bit about, so this is the live cyber map. These attacks have been happening in real time. We've been tracking all of these attacks. Which part of the country, from which country, what type of attack, which sort of IP is getting attacked. Moving forward, let's talk about exactly what all has been happening in the ecosystem. We all are principals over here, principals, teachers, all the medals that we saw, all the certificates that we saw. It requires a lot of time, dedication, and energy. All of that is a testament of that. Right from ensuring that, let's say, annual function works properly, all the parents are happy, to maybe, all the LEDs are working properly in a school. You have to be involved everywhere. I'm pretty sure the load is huge. You are the go-to point person for every small or big problem. The hackers know that. And that's what they have been taking the advantage of. But is it just about principals or teachers or educators? No. In fact, this has been affecting our children also. Last year, more than 10,000 suicide cases happened because of cyberbullying. And this I'm talking about in the age group of 12 to 18 years old. Are schools a safe space? Physically, yes. Digitally, maybe. I have a lot of stories to share, but of course, in the interest of time, maybe we can connect later as well. But we keep on getting so many calls from children, 7th standard, 8th standard, 6th standard students, sharing their stories. Sir, this happened with me. What should I do? We ask them, have you told your parents? Have you told your teachers? They don't feel comfortable sharing such info with them. One such case was for a child who was involved with someone. Her Insta got hacked. Of course, whenever you hack an Instagram account, you get to see all the previous chats and photos and media, everything. Some pictures were taken out. The person started harassing her, blackmailing her, asking for more pictures, not just of her own, but also of her friends. Otherwise, would share all of this with parents. She got help on time, but not everyone does. That's why the 10,000 number keeps on cropping up. In fact, all of these cases that you've been seeing, what if I tell you to hack a person, you don't require a sophisticated system. You don't require sophisticated tools. You just have to hack a person, not a system. And more than 85% of the cases are being done by people who do not even have an engineering degree. So after solving more than 2,000 cases, after recovering more than 500 crores of money, after analyzing more than 85,000 cases across the globe, we came up with a formula. A formula that can safeguard you from more than 90% of the crimes that have been happening. We call it the TUT model. Trust, urgency, transaction. Will you repeat with me, please? Trust, zor se, trust, urgency, transaction. How about we look the working of this model in a story? Let's imagine we have a student over here, we have a parent over here, and I am the hacker or the scammer. if I want to take out, let's say, 20,000 from this parent, this is the story I would use. Hello, ma'am. This is Shubham from the ICSC office in Delhi. I'm the coordinator. Ma'am, just before I give you some more information, I just want to confirm some details. Are you the mother of Mr. let's say Aniket? Of course, she'll say yes. The school that he goes to is XYZ. His date of birth is this. His Aadhaar number is this. And in 9th standard, he scored, let's say, 92%. Of course, these details are true. I'm sorry to inform you, but your child cannot sit for the board exams. Today was the last day to submit the application. Our systems have flagged his profile, and turns out the documentation that you had submitted, those documents are fake. What's running in the parent's mind? My child won't be able to sit for his board exams. He'll have to wait for a year. He starts fighting. So, but we've submitted all of these documents via the school. Ma'am, we don't know anything. Whatever we got, whatever our systems have been flagged, I've already told you. Today, right now, it's 12:30. 2 p.m. was the deadline. If you really need my help, what I can do is, you can submit a fresh application. You can submit a penalty fee that is refundable once we confirm that the documents are matching. Do you think a parent will think twice before giving that 20,000? No, right? So this was just one phone call. It took me 5 minutes. Imagine 24 hours. Isn't cybercrime a booming business now? Why? And who is the person responsible for that? We are responsible. We as humans, we love to share our data with everyone for no reason. So in this story, the person first instilled trust into that person by sharing these data points that only the board or the school would know. After that, he created the urgency situation that right now it's 12:30, you have time till 2 p.m. only. And last was the transaction. You look at any story, you pick up any cybercrime. This skeleton sits well with everyone. So how about we take away this power? How about we instill this formula amongst ourselves, not be selfish, of course, share it with everyone, the idea of TOT. Trust me, you will be untouchable, you won't be targeted by anyone. Go to the TOT slide. So, towards the left. So yeah, if you want to click a picture, you can. And I would request everyone to just keep your phone on the table only, like keep it outside. We'll be needing it for a while. Okay, moving on. So, of course, 15-20 minutes is not enough to cover what should you be doing to protect our future. But quickly, I will cover 4 or 5 methods that a lot of people have been using to scam someone. Aniket, next to the TOT slide, the layers. Yeah. So, everyone uses WhatsApp over here. Do you think it's possible to hack WhatsApp? Do you think WhatsApp is encrypted? I can actually show it to you that WhatsApp is not encrypted. To hack someone's WhatsApp, all you have to do is maybe send them a link or take their phone to scan a QR code. But there are other sophisticated methods also. And I'm pretty sure you as principals, you might be connected to more than 1,000 people in your organization. From parents to teachers to students to people from other schools. If I am able to impersonate just one account from here, I'm pretty sure that it would be possible just to get out like 2-3 lakhs from all the people that are there in the network by sending them social engineered messages. To protect your WhatsApp, go to your settings. In the settings part, you can enable two-factor authentication. That will prevent at least majority of the attack. Next, okay. How about we all open our dial pads? The dialing screen of your phone, can you all please open that? I'm sharing a number, *401# 8369 12049. Now, don't call on that number. The minute you press the call button, all of your calls and messages will start coming on my phone. I'll tell you how exactly a scammer used this thing. He called a principal during the annual function. Tells her, "Ki ma'am, you have a parcel. Payment is already done. All you have to do is do a online KYC, and you don't have to submit any documents. You just have to call on a number." Shared that number with her. He made that call. For the next 2-3 days, she was not receiving any cellular calls or messages. Her entire savings account was emptied. In fact, I believe you've taken a picture. You can go to a website called TAFCOP. It's a government website. It lets you check how many phone numbers are registered on your name. The maximum limit is 9. If you cross 9, government can levy a penalty of 50,000 on you. And at the same time, many a times we don't even know that our Aadhaar card was used to purchase a SIM card. Next, how about misusing someone's identity? A very, okay, we all have our Aadhaar cards, right? Do you think if someone just steals someone's identity or maybe purchases it from the dark web, what's the worst thing that can happen? On the next slide, this is a case from Mumbai. A college girl received a 35 crore GST notice from the GST department. Turns out someone had stolen her KYC documents, registered a company, made a new bank account, did a lot of transactions, didn't pay the GST. She's still fighting the case. Right now, she's just 20 or 21 years old. This happened when she was 18. So, overall, we have been surrounded with a lot of such cases. But what should you be doing? First, the golden rule of any such cases, the time it takes to take some action. If the action is taken immediately, there's a 99% chance that you can get back what you lost. Look at this SOP. You can click a picture. We can discuss it later also. But we have to ensure that all of our Aadhaar cards and other PAN cards are locked. When I say locked, I don't mean putting it in a safe. There are digital ways to ensure that no one can misuse your identity. SIM audit, everyone has heard of. You can check out TAFCOP and follow the TUT model. So that's what we have to do. Now, why are we here? It's not a question of if you get hacked or if, let's say, the school gets hacked or if the child gets hacked. It's about when. And when we say when, are we prepared to address that? To do that, we are on a mission called Cyber Titan, where the goal is simple. Just because someone didn't know about it doesn't mean that they should be impacted by it. I invite Deepika, our Chief Cyber Officer, to just give 2 bits on what all we've been doing.
A very good afternoon to everyone, and it's not an intention of mine to keep you away from lunch, but thank you so much, Dr. Fadke, for having us here. What brought us to serve in this domain? Shubham and I, we used to serve in the Chief Minister's office, Maharashtra. He was taking care of the CM's war room. I was at the Police High Command. From that to this, the seeds of those stories was laid when we were in our schools. The ability to serve, the ability to make a difference, and to live a life that not just focuses on metrics of getting an MBA, of getting a degree, of getting a pay package, but how many lives are we impacting? That's the seeds that principals and teachers and coordinators and educators such as yourselves have sown into us. We too, and of course our team of about 1,250 members, are products of the work that educators such as yourselves have done. And we'll be continuing to take care of this mission. But instead of thanking us, we should thank you. So please make more of such impact creators through your work, and a big round of applause for that. In addition to our presence in India by the Government of India through their Department of Science and Tech Fund was one of our early investors. They valued us at 25 crore. And now the UK government has taken that fold to taking us to 10x that valuation, given the impact that we have been creating. Our Europe capital or the headquarters is in The Hague or Den Haag. That's particularly famous for making sure that Europol, Interpol, and a few other law enforcement agencies are in one particular complex. I invite everyone on this team today. If any collaboration is needed, we are here to serve. We remember discussing with Mr. Matthews about when students make certain projects, they need to be highlighted. So it's not only with Den Haag, but with Brussels also, where we are contributing on diplomacy initiatives, making sure that policy considerations are given. So the next time any of you has a contribution to make, just make sure that the students that have worked hard, they get a chance to present there. And we're here to serve. Happy to discuss further, but thank you so much for having us here and giving a chance to at least help us contribute, making that 1% difference in your digital safety. And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you.
If anyone wants access to the presentation, I'll be happy to share the QR code.
A very big thank you to Team Deep Sights. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? I think, sir, ma'am, you've made a very big difference. The session was indeed needed. It's the need of the hour, and it was enlightening for sure. So we will definitely be more careful, and we will take a lot from this session. I now request the team Lemuel and team Deep Sights to please proceed for lunch. It's hot, it's ready, and it's waiting for you. So my colleague will please escort you. Thank you so much for making it today. And both sessions, I think, were very, very important for today's presentation. Thank you so much for being with us, sir. Dear teachers, they will be available for any questions that you have post-lunch. So, sons, we'll see you back here post-lunch. All right. We have a few special certificates to give out today. The managing committee members have chosen 6 members to be awarded these certificates. I request Mr. Shim Matthew and Dr. Madhura Phadke to please come forward and felicitate the winners of these certificates. Yes, please. The first one is for Miss Ashwini. Ma'am, are you here? Miss Ashwini. Mr. Diptesh Kundu. A huge round of applause for him. For all your efforts and for all the hard work you put in, sir, thank you so much. Miss Haripriya, are you here? Miss Hemangi? Mr. Vaibhav, sir, please come forward. Mr. Vaibhav Tinsarkar. Miss Varsha Pandit, ma'am, are you here? All right, so that will be all. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Shim Matthews, sir, we would like you to please take us through the financial journey of 2025-26.
Great. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. In fact, Dr. Shinde is the one who should be speaking about the finance part of it. He's the treasurer for Eumind. It's an honorary position that we all hold, just as all of us in the schools as well, but you all are doing a fantastic job. The data tells us that. So even as I take you through the finances, we're not a very rich trust or organization, right? We manage the funds that come together. We are non-profit. Whatever is done is invested back into what we can do for our schools. So I'll just take you very quickly through what we have. So if you look at the income and expenditure, this is the income and expenditure account for Eumind India balance sheet as on 31/3/2026, right? So what we had as balance as per last balance sheet was 1,73,000 and a deficit of 1,21,000. So what we have in hand is actually only 64,009 rupees. So that's all the money that we have with us. You're welcome to have a look at those sheets even after this, because we have another presentation, but we can share this with you. The next one, please. These are the details in terms of the expenses, income and expenditure for year ending 31st March 2026. Accounting charges, the web domain charges, printing, stationery, professional charges. Those are the headers in which the expenditure is marked out for all of us to see. So a total of 3,26,522, and the deficit that is carried over to the balance sheet was 1,21,000. So it all finally comes down to the total income that we had of 3,26,000 rupees. The next one, please. So for 24-25, we have the expenditure for 24-25 and 25-26. So in terms of the deficit carried over, 2,31,928 to 25-26, we have a total of 3,26,522. So if you calculate everything as of now, the closing balance is only 48,913 rupees in hand. That's all that is available in the account of Eumind India in the HDFC Bank. Okay? So this is a very transparent detailing of what is available with us today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask this to us. Otherwise, I'll request someone to propose so that we can pass this financial accounting closure. So would somebody propose? If I can have. Okay, so the so the chairman's, yes. Yes, ma'am. You propose? Okay. Just before you propose, I think the only input that came was we got to pay our subscriptions on time, so we will do that. Dr. Phadke, we will do that. So we have a proposal. Yeah. Dr. Sharmila Shirke proposes it. Can I have somebody who second it? All right. Miss Sadaf. Yeah, Miss Sadaf, thank you. We've made a note of that. Any questions on this? All right. Silence speaks for itself. Thank you so much. All right. I'll try and keep the next one short as well, but I really want to appreciate before I present the way forward. I just want to thank all the educators involved in the Eumind project or the Eumind program. We ourselves sometimes have doubts internally. How is this going to work? Is it working efficiently? Is this the right way for it to keep going? But before that, I'd like to thank Dr. Madhura Patke and the entire team for hosting us in this AGM, and also the team that's working with you and behind you to make this possible. Thank you and appreciate all of that. Also, at this moment of time, thank the board members, many of who are in absentia, therefore the multiple reasons because which they couldn't be here. On behalf of them, I just want to extend this, that they have shared their intention to be here, but unfortunately they all have been caught up traveling to different parts of the country and the world. So sorry from all of them for not being here. I also thank the Eumind, the parent body based out of Netherlands. Appreciate the board members who spoke to us through a recorded conversation, and also all the principals of our schools, the coordinators of our schools, all our schools, and all the international coordinators for making this possible. I think the data of 44 schools and the impact that it must be making in schools across the country, largely right now in the western side of this country. And many of you who've traveled from outside and have come here this morning and this afternoon, we really appreciate you for taking that effort to be with us. We saw a distribution of 1,835 certificates today, and the schools who are responsible for about 13 projects. And if you look at the way this works, the entire process and how it works, backstage, you'll know the kind of efforts that schools put in, the jury puts in, the coordinator puts in. But a lot of requests as to what can be done to enhance this. Can we all have partner schools? But friends, I just want to let you know that that is sometimes not a possibility, right? As much as we would like to have partner schools with schools in Europe and India, my presentation only would tell you how is it that we can explore our regions that are very, very connected to us close by, right? So I have put it together and I want you to have a look at this. Can we move to the next slide, please? So we did discuss this some time back. A couple of years back, I did propose to the board, to the committee, and also to our schools who are connected with Eumind. We are planning something called project. It's called SASA, or the project South Asian School Alliance. So when we say the South Asian School Alliance, these are schools or in countries that are connected with the Indians in this Indian subcontinent, right? Very close to us. We'll strengthen the network of schools, both domestic. When we say that, we're talking about schools within this country and also schools outside our country. And is that a possibility? It is, but there is a level of involvement, and I'll take you quickly through this process. Of course, this will need to have an SOP on how do we make it happen, what are the guidelines, what would be the protocols that we'll need to follow to make this happen. I'll just quickly, in the next 5 to 7 minutes, take this and close this for you. So what is the objective? The objective of the proposal is what I'll share with you first. The process to be followed very quickly as to what is the process that we'll follow. And the intention is proposal on expanding the Eumind network in South Asia. Let's go ahead. So we are looking at 3 things. One is connection, to build strong connects for an intercultural understanding and expand the Eumind networks under SASA, that is the South Asian School Alliance. Virtual exchange, we will continue to engage and work on e-journals and yearly projects, thereby involving in a virtual exchange, which has so far been the largest, the medium that in which we've been meeting up and connecting with schools. That continues to stay. And the third one is the physical exchange, of course, which is an optional one. It has to be two parties that need to agree to make it possible, whether it's a physical exchange or even a virtual exchange for that matter. So we intend to have, culminate in an yearly exchange, which some of our schools are already doing, of both students and teachers, and stay in those host families for say about 5 to 7 days, or based on the understanding of the school to school connect, it could be even 8 to 10 days, right? Let's get to the next part. Now, what do we do? How do we connect in terms of the project SASA that we're talking about? First is we'll ask our principals of our schools. We have a lot of connects, a lot of friends across South Asia and the South Asian schools. And so principals to identify and invite schools from neighboring countries like Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka to join the Eumind India network. Okay. Now this will become the South Asian network, but we will be the ones who are coordinating that on behalf of Eumind India. And we don't want to call it, since we will drive this program, we are only saying that we are driving this interaction, but we would like to have it under the name or the guise of South Asia, because regional sensitivities are very, very critical. So we got to be careful with that aspect. But if principals do know schools across South Asian countries, we will do that first. First is identify, you have a rapport with those principals or owners of the schools in these countries. You'll first identify them. Second I is to introduce the identified principal management of the identified school in one of those South Asian countries. You'll identify them, and you'll onboard. Before onboarding, you'll introduce them to the Eumind executive board. That'll be important. So first step, you've identified these school principals or people who are interested in forming a connect. After you've identified them, you will introduce them. The introduction will happen through you, and you'll bring them on to the Eumind executive board. We will do our due diligence or analyze or study those schools and understand if it's possible. The third part is to initiate. They will do the registration process to be Eumind India members, these schools. And then we'll have the SASA school to be mapped to an Indian school in terms of connections that we can have. It may be that it could be one of your schools where the principal introduced that I'd like to connect with this school in Sri Lanka, or a school in Bhutan, or a school somewhere in Maldives, or any of those South Asian countries. But I think the first thing that you'll need to do is bring them to us, introduce them to us. The executive board or the managing committee will have an interaction with the school management or the principal or the owners of such schools. So don't forget, identify, introduce, and then initiate. That's the process that we will follow. Next slide. Yeah. So that was for the South Asian schools. Now, how do we, strengthen our network within this country? We're talking about 44 schools today. So we are proposing a quarterly visit by the management committee members to member schools, so that we will have interaction with the principals and the Eumind coordinator and the student members of Eumind. This is only to, encourage the schools that are involved in Eumind, so we get to see them, we got to meet those students. I know the managing committee members are dispersed all across the country. I'm sure they're also short of time to be involved in this engagement, but we will do our best. So that's going to be something that's quarterly, this being proposed. We'll connect with you by sending you a detailed in terms of the mail, and we can maybe have an interaction. We also will look at, we'll review any concerns that you may have with regards to the projects. We'll speak to the international coordinators, we'll speak to you and your coordinators, and try and understand your concerns and make our body in terms of, understanding the issues slightly more better. We also would like to have a quarterly virtual review with the registered schools, with a maximum of 10 to 15 schools at one time. So we will break that up into 10 schools. So we may be looking at 4 or 5 such meetings in an entire academic year. So 10 schools put together, we can have a quarterly interaction, discussion, so that we can smoothen out those rough edges. And if you have any concerns, you could raise that to the management committee. This is what we intend to do. So there can be a closer connection than just coming here during an AGM, right? I think we'll need to engage better. We'll need to know each other better. We'll need to understand our problems better, so we can be successful in the objective and the goals that is set down by Eumind. Otherwise, we just might be like an isolated island, only connecting during the AGM. So this is the interest that we have, to continue to build this momentum, engage with all our schools across the country, especially the ones who are registered with Eumind. So that's one part. I think the next slide. That's it. So Two things. One is the South Asian Schools Alliance, number one. Number two is our interaction, slightly more deeper engagement with the Eumind Managing Committee body and our schools. So I thought I should present both of these to you and look at how we can interact, discuss, maybe brainstorm what else can be done. And I would encourage schools to also share your ideas and thoughts on how can we make Eumind a better body and more relevant to the times today. So thank you for listening and have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shim Matthews. That was indeed the way forward, and I think that will spark a lot of curiosity and a lot of more things that we can discuss during the Q&A. Now, we at AM Naik School have an exciting new initiative that's coming up in the current academic year. To tell us more about it, I call upon Ms. Sharmila Shirke. She'll tell you what we've been up to.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. Here I am. So I have a very interesting announcement to make. All principals, coordinators, teachers, mark your calendars for the 27th and 28th of June 2026. I repeat, 27th and 28th of June 2026. AM Naik School is going to host an extraordinary Model United Nations Conference. I repeat, extraordinary Model United Nations Conference. This is an opportunity for all the delegates to actually sharpen their diplomatic skills. We look forward to you registering with us. We've already officially sent the registration email. In case your school has not yet received it, do let us know. We will send it across within 2 days. And they will also get an exclusive opportunity to meet the chief of UNICEF Maharashtra. And that, I think, is something that most students look forward to when they come or when they go and participate in the Model United Nations. So looking forward to more interaction from all the schools here. Thank you. Have a good day.
Ma'am, shall we go ahead with the vote? Q&A first. Okay. All right, so the session is now open for questions. May I request the members of the managing committee to please have a seat here so that they can face the audience. Teachers, if you all have anything to ask. Yeah, okay, fine. Would someone want to go ahead first? I know we can smell the delicious food and we are ready to pounce on it. So let's keep it quick and crisp. Please let us know if you have any questions. By raise of hands, no questions. I think it was an extraordinary meeting then. Yes, somebody wanted to know if they can change the topics, ma'am is asking. We can address that right now. I repeat, the session is open for questions, especially the new schools, if you have anything to ask. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Chair. Yes, my name is Amanda. I'm from MET Rishikul Vidyalaya, Bandra. Not a question as such, just an experience that we had, and I just wanted to know, is there a way to regulate what happened? So we've been with Eumind for the last 3 years. The first 2 years, we were with a school in Netherlands, Marlin Lyceum, and we had a really good interaction, and we did the physical visits as well. And those interactions were amazing. And they came and visited us also. This year, however, we were partnered with a different school, primarily probably our fault. We changed the topic and Marlin stuck with their old topic. So we got partnered with another school. But the school that we had this time was not very, probably maybe they had their first time. I'm not sure what happened, but they were not very collaborative. So what happened is our students didn't really get that interaction, which the past students had spoken so much about and created that atmosphere. So of course, Ms. Sadaf and
I think Diptesh as well, and also Jeffrey were very quick to address everything. And I think that school had changes in coordinators, etc. But our virtual interaction, I think from their end, there was no monitoring. So there was a little racial problems from their students' side. And also the session didn't go well. It was not productive as such. So we did, however, still talk to the teacher there and request for another session if possible. But they said no and it wasn't possible. So we didn't even have the physical exchange also. But is there a way to regulate what happens in those schools on that side? Because at least in the virtual sessions, because our students didn't have a pleasant experience, and also, of course, they didn't get that collaborative cultural exchange, which is what we want. Because that is an apprehension our principal also had going forward with the Eumind program, especially with the racial aspect that did come across in that session.
Have you reported this?
Yes, I did put a mail saying that we had a problem within it. And of course, Jeffrey as well replied and said that they will look into it and all. But we didn't have much collaboration after that also. The school just said they were busy. They sent an apology email. That side, the sir did send an apology email, etc. But I mean, can we regulate it somehow? Or is there a way forward to make sure that
we will take it forward with Eumind Europe.
All right, thank you so much.
And yes, virtual exchanges are what at the moment are possible, because after COVID, Europe is not very keen on visiting India. However, we are trying our level best. So let's see. Even with virtual exchange, our students are quite happy.
Just a couple of observations for everyone. Rightly pointed out, I think as schools, what we will need to do, based on the connections that we've established as partner schools, and this is purely from experience that I speak, racial is a strong no-no, and you must flag it. Okay, there is absolutely no place for anything that's got to do with racism. It has to be flagged. Number one. Sometimes I'm sorry, sometimes we as Indians accept it, but some things are non-negotiable, and one is absolutely non-negotiable is racism. And we should flag it and bring it to the notice of even the managing committee members also. Number one. Number two, in terms of ensuring that the connections and the engagements happen well, I guess you should define a calendar for the entire year. I'm going to have these many meets. It could be on, I could have 4 interactions, 5 interactions, 7 interactions. If you calendarize your entire plan for the session, for the whole year, mutually between you and the school, it'll be good. It's black and white, accepted, and that's where it is. But yes, we should commit. We should be committed to those dates, right? So if you can calendarize that, it's committed, then that's fine. But what you did point out, sometimes European schools, have also dilly-dally, saying that, sorry, we are not able to meet up, we are not able to connect. Those are issues that I think a lot of our schools face, but some of our schools are having a great time with some schools in Europe. But if you could have your expectations put down very clearly from your end, and I'm saying that to the other schools, just as for a European school or an American school, when they say yes, it's a yes, when it's no, it's a no. We say chalta hai. That being in the gray does not help anybody. So I'm only asking you as professionals, please make your expectations very clear. Both of us sign off on those expectations and make it very cordial, I would say. I mean, no one is bossing over the other person. Make it mutually acceptable. And I think that should work for us. When the other party also knows that we are, we'll stick to what we have planned, I guess that's respectable and should be acceptable to even them and to all of us. So I would say make your expectations very, very clear. And rightly, as Dr. Madhura mentioned, physical exchanges do become a complication, and schools that have been engaged with each other for a long time wish to continue those connections, whether it's physical or a virtual exchange. That's great for those schools, but unfortunately, as rightly pointed out, there are multiple layers to the financial part that the European schools have an issue with, and many of the schools that are coming on exchange, actually, they work summers, collect that money, and they pay for their own trip, right? A lot of stuff is done by their government. Now the governments have backed off from paying any of those. But in our country, largely the schools is self-funded. The child self-funds his or her trip, and that's the best way to go forward. But I would only say, calendarize, plan, expectations to be made very, very clear. Certain things are non-negotiable. Please stick to it. Right. I hope that kind of clarifies.
Racial discrimination is non-negotiable, and Zero tolerance for it.
Sorry? I got it. See, a lot of the times, sorry, miss, a lot of the times, just like in our school system, the principal takes the effort, things continue. But sometimes the European system, the principles change, and therefore the kind of accountability towards the other school kind of diminishes. I've seen this, we've experienced it. But I think you stick to your guns of saying that I'd like to do this, this is how we'll proceed, mutually acceptable, and that's diplomacy.
In fact, our school had a very pleasant experience because the virtual exchange was happening after 2:30, after the school gets over, and we have the dispersal prayer. And they saw our students standing up for the prayer during the virtual exchange, and they all also stood up and for the prayers and folded their hands. So, but this kind of there's zero tolerance for racial discrimination, surely. Anyone else? I think somebody had called me saying that they would like to change the topics, right?
No, it's nothing like that, ma'am. Actually, it's just a query that I'm from Enel Dalmia High School. And when Eumind India, they started with the junior Eumind. So my school was the first one to pitch in, and first time itself, we got this opportunity. That time your protocol was that you will not give the certificates to the little ones. I was perfectly okay with that. But since last 2 years, whenever the link is sent for us to give our project preference, our school always opts for junior Eumind category also, but we never get that opportunity. Okay. So I would like you to keep in mind for the next time.
We have made a note, and we will surely speak to Jeffrey Ducat, and we'll see what can.
This is Enel Dalmia High School, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Jeffrey is the Eumind coordinator, Eumind Europe.
Okay.
That's why we have to speak to them.
Yeah. Thank you
and
so
Mr.
much.
Ludo.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ma'am, I'm from Euroschool Airoli, and we are doing Eumind Junior as well. Now, this year we got a team to collaborate with, and that was from Mumbai itself. So we were just wondering if taste of culture is what we are following for Eumind Junior. Could we at least have a school that is from across India? So probably that taste of culture as a concept can really work out interestingly well, I feel, if it is possible.
Okay. We'll surely put it forward. And at the moment, we have people from Nashik, Baroda, like Gujarat and Maharashtra. So at least Gujarat and Maharashtra can collaborate. So we'll surely put it forward. Yes.
With due permission from Sir and ma'am, the most important issue is Eumind junior options or opting schools are very less. Very, very less. Total, if I remember the spreadsheet, might be 3 schools. And Eumind Junior is a special program run by Europe, basically. They had first initiated and asked. So we were using as a model first, then we started as a project later. So as you have come forward now, as ma'am said, we will propose. And yes, I'm absolutely agreeing to that. 2 Mumbai schools, it's not making much difference. But then, as ma'am says, our school spread is only Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka. But in those 2 states, nobody is opting for Eumind Junior. So that we have our limitations, but yes, we are trying to expand. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
There. Last question. Then we can interact during lunchtime.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Smita Bharda. I'm from St. Gregorius High School. Just wanted to know, ma'am, that for particular project, do we have limited number of students or there can be many also? Like, for example, right now we have 5 projects and we have 6 per project. So total 30 are working. So like we would like to increase the number to per class giving per topic. So it might go to 200 also. So is it okay or we have limited number? Group size. Okay, so not more than 25. Okay.
Per project.
Per project.
Per project. So if you have 6, 25 into 6 also.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
We shall now continue. We can always interact during lunch. I would now like to call upon our head coordinator, Ms. Madhulika Nigam, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. Good afternoon. As we come to the close of this wonderful Eumind annual general meeting, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our distinguished board members, our Eumind ambassador, Mr. Ludo Matheson, Chairperson Eumind Europe, Ms. Roseanne Severs, former Chairperson Eumind India Committee member, Ms. Josephine Vaz, and Eumind Coordinator Europe, Mr. Jeffrey Ducat. I would also like to thank our dears Dr. Madhura Fatke, the chairperson of Eumind India, for presenting the report. Thanks to Shim Matthew sir to give us that valuable vision for next year. Also, a very good special thanks to Mr. Diptesh Kundu, for invaluable contribution to the Eumind India. The sessions, of course, they are not here, but they were very valuable sessions. I would like to extend thanks to them also. Okay, they're here. So thank you to the Deep Side team and the Liminal team for the insightful session. I would also like to thank the delegates for gracing the occasion with their presence and for sharing their valuable thoughts. A special note of appreciation goes to all the school principals over here, the international coordinators and the school coordinators and the school representatives. Thank you for coming and making this meeting a success. Our heartfelt appreciation to the organizers and master of ceremony, Ms. Neha Manchanda and Ms. Sharmila Shirke, for the meticulous planning. And a special mention of our AMNS administration head, Ms. Asha Sule, and Ms. Ashia Khairani, AMNS manager, for overseeing the arrangements today. I would also like to thank the faculty members, staff of our art department for the decoration, the IT and the sound department, our dear students and their mentor for the divine performance. I think this requires a big round of applause. And also a very big round of applause for our helping staff, without whom these events are not possible. Their teamwork and dedication always deserves a heartfelt appreciation. The Eumind General Meeting was once again strengthened the spirit of friendship, cooperation, and learning among us. We leave with new ideas, meaningful connections, and cherished moments. With heartfelt thanks to each one of you, I conclude this vote of thanks, wishing the Eumind team continued success in their mission. Thank you. Before we break for lunch, just a reminder for all the dear principals or school representatives, please do not forget to register for the Eumind. For the AMUN, our AMNS MUN. We have it over here, the details you can go through, and if you have not registered yet, please do so. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Madhulika ma'am. May we all rise for the Eumind anthem.
but all the memories that we've brought. Cycles to school and we've done it all. Together in this journey, we will all stand tall. City lights and movie nights, high school talk, operas and orchestras. Now it's time to rock. Eumind, a place where we can shine. Eumind, where you and I can stand. Eumind, with talents unique and fine. Eumind, chasing our dreams and plans. Eumind, while we work online. Eumind, we together though from different clans. Eumind, it's ours, not your own mind. Eumind, we are all be known in different lands. Now it's time to come out and shine bright. All our ambitions are gonna take flight. Diverse in cultures, we so much to explore. When I see our all high climbs, we do roll. City lights and movie nights, high school talks, operas and orchestras. Now it's time to rock. Unite, a place where we can shine. Unite, where you and I can stand. Unite, with talents unique and fine. Unite, chasing our dreams and plans. Unite, for we work online. Unite, we together come from different clans. Unite, it's ours, not your own one. Unite, we'll all be known in different lands. For we work online, we together though from different clans. It's ours, not your own one. We'll all be known in different lands. Unite, unite, la la la, la la la. 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 Unite, unite.
Kindly please join us on the stage for a group photograph. Yes, yes. The Eumind team of AMNAC School, teachers, please come on stage. I welcome everybody to please come and get yourselves arranged for a group photograph. And then finally, the moment we've been waiting for, scrumptious lunch awaits you. Some of them will go up, some of them will. Arrange yourselves quickly. Lunch is waiting. Whoever's comfortable can stand on that, so we can feel it. Thank you so much. Please join us for lunch.